in your ear holes. This is episode 35 of the Jerry and Eli Show. I am Eli. I'm no longer dead. That's my best friend in the entire world, who I haven't talked to basically in like 3 weeks, aside from like a few text messages. I've been missing you, buddy. How's it going, man?
There is no way you started the show with that line.
What?
We're back in your ear holes?
You didn't like that? I've been playing that all day. I knew you were gonna hate it. I've been thinking about that all day. I was like, I'm gonna say this, and Jerry's gonna hate it.
You know I'm gonna hate it. It sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it does.
Like, why are we inside their ear holes?
You think about it. Think about it. We are. Think about it.
Disgusting.
Think about it. How have you been, man? How have you been?
Oh, better than you. I mean, this guy gets a cold and he's just out of it for 2 weeks.
Dude, I was telling Jerry a little bit, and Easton saw me a little bit. I don't know. I'm a squirrel. I'm a big Fabletics fan. I really like these like super thin hoodies. It's almost they're like the neck area is pretty tight. So like you almost have to have the hood up for them to be comfortable. I don't know. COVID, this is the third time I've had COVID. Guys, it destroyed me, man. It destroyed me. And then I thought I was past it, and I started being able, it started to hurt pretty bad to breathe, literally, like my entire diaphragm. So we started with, I look like a corpse. Yeah, I bet, bud.
JC, that's his normal look. It has nothing to do with him having COVID.
Also, so another thing is, like, I came down, so I made noodles. I made chicken and noodles, like, right before this. It was like 5:15, 5:20. I came down to the basement where all my setup is. It's like, all right, completely forgot, like, I didn't have my stuff. My stuff was still, like, my streaming stuff was still packed away from being in the woods. So I was like, I gotta figure out, I got to plug my camera in. Camera wasn't working, so I had to get that going. I don't have my lights, long story short. I usually have these nice lights, and that's why I look way better than Jerry on show, although Jerry, you're looking better today. But anyway, I don't remember where I was in this story, but the long story short is we are back. It was pretty cool that that first Tuesday we canceled the show late, and we put tickets out just on Twitter. I went, I don't know how I don't think you did great, and that was not a dig. I went, hit a three leg round robin, 3 out of 4. Austin Riley let me down for a 4-leg, made like I made like $800 at night, so that was pretty cool. I'm not drunk, guys. I'll be honest, since I was sick, I didn't drink beer at all, and I had 2 Coors Lights last night, and I was like, I actually feel these a little bit. But no, this is my first beer of the day. This is a nearly full Yingling tall boy that my dad left here. But I've had literally 3 drinks of beer today, so let's relax.
You need the white monster, Jerry. I got a white monster in my pants, brother. I don't need one in a can.
Geechee Mane, yeah, all right. I get it. Yeah, so I'm real quick on the website, just because you've made 2 comments like that in the chat. First of all, I don't think you're the real Geechee Mane on Twitter, which is one thing. And also, I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me $10 a month. And I'm converting the entire website from right now, it's like Python scraping data and then just Power BI, which is not how you should do things at all, which is what causes all the issues that we have. NFL is not going to have any Python in it. It's not going to have any Power BI at all. It's going to be JavaScript, which is the quote unquote the correct way to actually build like a real website. So yeah, starting for NFL, it will be way more reliable, and it's going to look like an actual website. I haven't showed Jerry any of the stuff I'm working on. I should do that. Recently signed up for Explanation. I'm be honest with you guys. A couple people have asked me this on Twitter recently. I pretty much only use the exit velocity tracker. I will use the pitcher game logs and stuff like that. I have other tools up there because I know a lot of people use things like pitch mix and stuff like that. I pretty much only use the exit velocity tracker. I do use the pitch missiles. I'll use the splits a little bit and the pitcher game logs. That's pretty much all that I use on my website.
5-6 team home run lay. We're chalked.
Love the hat, Eli. You can get this. You can get this hat. Heavy Hitter Media. Somebody found it. I forget what it is. HeavyHitterMedia.net/shop. I think /shop or /store. Thanks for your $10 a month. Yeah. All right, right on. When's your NFL launch date? Whenever I finish it. Probably end of next week, hopefully. What were you saying, buddy? I cut you off. Sorry about that.
Somebody's talking about hitting a 5-leg home run parlay. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably never in my life going to hit a 5-leg home run. And I'm not being a Debbie Downer. I'm being realistic. I'm not one of those guys that's literally betting 50 different parlays every day for $1. You can do that. If you do that, it's your business. But if I'm only betting a few a week, 5-leg, home run parlays, I'm probably not going to hit one. It's just to hit a 5-leg home run parlay and be low volume is tough. I'm just saying.
I have a 4-leg in. I think it's going to hit. There is a plus 240 leg, and there's a 725, 500, 600. Those are the 4 legs. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this feels like the kind of just the nature of what's been hitting this year.
Onlyfans.com/parlayj. Reefer Sutherland. Anyways, irregardless, what book did you use for that plus 725? I wonder if we have the same guy.
MGM.
Oh, we might have the same guy. I have a plus 725.
Diamondbacks?
No.
No, not the same guy. Let's talk about the Reds and the Pirates. Buck Farmer making a start. He's an opener. Bullpen day for the Reds, I think. Bailey Falter and the Pirates. I know we don't bet Ellie versus lefties. I thought about it today. And I also think I think Jay Ferry tweeted this the day that I was also thinking it. I think we're on the cusp of a Brian Reynolds like really hot streak. I don't know if it's going to start today or not. I don't have a bet in this game. Those are just the 2 legs that interested me a little bit. Not enough to put my money on. Do you have any in this game?
So this is going to be a weird game. I mean, Abbott was supposed to start. He got scratched. But they did say that he could play a long relief role in this game. I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know why they wouldn't just start him and just shorten his leash. But looks like they're just going with a bullpen game. I am betting this entire series. I don't care who judges me. I'm putting $5 on. This is the only opportunity we could do this, especially now that Brian De La Cruz got traded. That we can bet on all 3 cruises in one game.
Ooh, I'm in. I'm doing it.
So it's going to cost me $20 in whole. I already lost $5 yesterday. Obviously, the odds were plus 40,000 because it was a good pitching matchup. I'm going to bet it every game this series. So until Sunday, hopefully they all play $5 every day. So that's what I'm
bullpen.
Doing.
It's a bullpen day for the Reds, and that Reds bullpen is not good. I'm going to use.
Yeah, but it could throw a monkey wrench if Abbott comes in and pitches 4 or 5 innings.
I'm going to tweak it a little bit. I think I'm going to take a coward version because I have a same game parlay boost. I think I'm just going to go 2 bases for all 3 of them. 2 bases for all 3 of them with the boost. Ellie, O'Neill, Brian still hasn't really been hitting, has he? $10. Oh, I don't have money in here. How do I have money in FanDuel? That's annoying. $10 to win like 170 with the boost. I'm in for that. You guys get it on the show before the Discord does. Certainly good. Heavyhittermedia.net/Discord. Sign up for that. I almost started reading my phone number and my password out loud as I was typing it.
I'm assuming the weather is terrible for this game, right? It has to be.
It's fine. It's
why is the lowest odds plus 520 for a home run in this game?
I think well the offenses aren't good in general, and there are guys on both teams that we both that kind of are fun to bet on, but there's not really think about it. There's not really like a chalk guy on either side to hit a homer. You know what I mean? Like these are 2 not power hitter teams. Abbott got put on the IL, by the way.
Oh, they did put him on IL? Okay.
According to chat, which, hit or miss. But I did just put that wager in. Ellie De La Cruz, O'Neill Cruz, Brian De La Cruz, 2 bases with the same game parlay boost on FanDuel. It is $10 to win $177. I did not shop that. Let me throw it in Discord real quick while you talk about the Rockies, Yankees, Kyle Freeland, Carlos Rodon. What do you think about this game, bud?
I mean, I hate double lefties at Yankee Stadium, right?
Yeah, it's tough. I'm betting it.
You want the short porch. You want a couple righties on the mound. The only thing is with Freeland, he doesn't have like the natural splits. Like, right, he's a lefty pitcher. You'd think that he would not necessarily dominate lefties, but they just wouldn't hit very well against him, right? That's usually the case with most guys. He's not. He just stinks versus literally everybody. Um, so the first thought is obviously Juan Soto, like total bases or something like that. Um, didn't see the lineup yet. Is Austin Wells? No, Austin Wells is not playing. Okay.
Hey, yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna keep it short as I can. The Yankees are not a serious organization, and it really pisses me off because it's like the one team that I root for that theoretically should have a chance to like win championships regularly. Austin Wells is like the third or fourth best catcher in baseball, and Boone just doesn't play him versus lefties. And that's like objectively, like I'm not trying to hype him up. Objectively speaking on, I think, I don't know if it's WRC plus or one of the war stats. He's objectively a top 5 catcher in baseball. And like Kyle Freeland, who is almost a reverse, I think he was a reverse split pitcher last year. He's an even split pitcher this year. You're just not gonna play who has been probably the third or fourth best hitter on the Yankees since the trade deadline. It is infuriating. And also the fact that I'm pretty sure Alex Verdugo is starting and he's left-handed and he is terrible. He is literally the worst hitter in baseball, I think, since the trade deadline. Not a serious organization. And it really pisses me off. Cut Alex Verdugo, call up Jason Dominguez, start Austin Wells every day except for a day game after a night game, and then give him a day off. I don't give a shit who's pitching. I don't care if he's left-handed. It's really infuriating because I'm a Colts fan and I'm a Pacers fan, and I'm never going to win a championship unless the Yankees do it. Anyway, I have kind of 2 bets in this game. I've just decided that anytime there's a home run boost anywhere, I'm just going to use it on Aaron Judge. What Aaron Judge is doing this season is insane. So obviously he has the American League single season home run record. He has the non-steroid single season home run record. He's arguably having a better season this year than when he set that record a couple of years ago. I don't know if he hits 60, 62, 63, whatever it is. It'd be 63 to break his own record. I don't know if he's going to do that. He's going to have a better offensive season. He's batting like 340 something or something crazy. He has a higher slugging percentage than the league average on base plus slugging on the season. And yeah, pretty much anytime there's any boost anywhere for home runs, I'm just going to use it on Aaron Judge. I haven't actually done the math, but I think anywhere around plus 200 is plus EV, quote unquote, for the home run nerds. And like, you don't actually get plus EV with home runs. You just don't. That's why the plus EV community kind of hates me on Twitter. It is what it is. This man is slugging 740 against lefties on the season. That's not OPS. That is his slugging percentage, 740. So, yeah, I had a plus 200 odds surge on DraftKings with a $10 limit. I put all of that on Aaron Judge, and then I also had a 33, I think, % boost on MGM. I put with a $20 max. I put all of that on Aaron Judge. I also have Giancarlo Stanton as one of the legs in my 4-leg parlay. Crazy stat. He has 21 home runs on the season. He's gone back-to-back 6 times. That's just a weird thing. So like 21 home runs on the season.
That's more than half of his home runs have come in back-to-back days.
Basically, yeah. So yeah, 12 of his 21 home runs are either the first or the second day of back-to-back. He hit one yesterday. There's a lefty on the mound today, which he hasn't been hitting lefties super well in the season. It's kind of limited at bats. Kyle Freeland is bad. It is Yankee Stadium, which is not great for righties. I don't care. I think he's going to hit one tonight just on the numbers. I also thought the odds would be better. Plus 240. I don't love it. I thought it would be plus 300. I was going to just I thought about just throwing Judge in there instead of Giancarlo because the odds are it's still like 100-point difference. I think Judge is like plus 150 in some places at home run, which is crazy. But yeah, I think Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge are both going to hit one out tonight. Thoughts on that? Anything else to add? Move on.
I mean, you could justify like 5 guys in the Yankees lineup to go hit a home run on any given day, but
yeah,
it's like yesterday. I liked Wells for an RBI. He had really good odds. His numbers when he's bats cleanup is like batting like 360, bunch of RBIs, really good numbers. My only concern I said was Judge could hit a home run in front of him and clear the bases, and he did do that in one of the at bats, but he ended up getting an RBI anyway. But yeah, it's just the analytics has gotten too far. The problem, it's becoming a problem because like guys like Wells, maybe he needs reps, right? Maybe he needs live in-game reps versus a lefty. And then he's not going to get them because the analytics team says, no, we got to put ourselves in the best chance to win. But you're talking about your future here. You're talking about a guy that's going to be in your lineup for years to come. And you may be stunting his development by not getting these in-game reps versus a left-handed pitcher. And we've seen guys turn strides during their careers where they struggled, let's say, versus lefties. And all of a sudden, those splits start evening out as they get on with their career. Analytics has gone too far. It's literally a joke at this point.
Not to mention the guy like Jose Trevino, I'm fine with. Whatever, I like him as a human. Like it's not like you're throwing in this guy that just crushes lefties. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think you're getting any boost at all. Because he's not even that good. He can't throw a run. Like I don't get me started again, man. Yeah, it's silly. It's completely ridiculous. And also the fact that DJ LeMahieu is still playing against every lefty is kind of crazy too. But let's talk about the Astros and the Orioles.
Mike, Juice, did you leave the chat? Did you leave the stream for 2 minutes and then come back? He just said exactly what you said.
Oh yeah. Somebody asked about Soto. Yeah, it's Soto figurine night. It is also Gunnar Henderson bobblehead night. Soto is probably the value play because, like I said, Freeland is not tough on lefties, like a 366 WOBA against righties and a 349 against lefties. He's not a lefty that just cuts down lefties, has, the filthy stuff for them. It's hard to pick up. Soto doesn't really care, righty or lefty. So Soto is probably the value play. You're probably getting a little bit better of a number here. Let me check the odds for him. I don't mind a Soto bet. I do not have one tonight. Juan Soto, dinger odds. Slowed down. So I changed the bot, Jerry. I don't even know if you use this I changed the bot instead of caching it every 15 minutes. Every time you ask for odds, it refreshes and gets the latest odds. I like that it's the most up to date. It is a little bit slower because it's got to call the API and everything. Plus 375 on MGM is the best line for Juan Soto. Obviously, a lot better than the plus 150 you're getting for Judge and the plus 250 or whatever you're getting for Giancarlo. I don't mind that at all. He would be my third pick.
DJ LeMahieu got hit with a ball on the side of the face.
Listen, I think he's probably a good human, and I don't wish any harm for him. Actually, put him on the 60-day. Leave Rizzo on the 60-day. These guys are not helping the team, and you have 2 more months guaranteed. All you're guaranteed of Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, and Garrett Cole, all in their primes and all on the same team. So cut these guys or put them on the 60-day. I don't care. It's really starting to get on my nerves. Hunter Brown in the Astros.
You ever been hit in the face with a baseball?
I have a scar right here.
I've been hit in the face with a baseball probably close to 10 times. Whether I was hitting, I was a magnet for getting hit by pitches. Hitting the outfield. One time I was running for a fly ball. I didn't realize I was going to catch up to it. I turned around and the ball was right there in my face. It's not fun.
Yeah, summer after 7th grade, but it was my first year on the big diamonds. Honestly, it's kind of like I started in high school, in my last year of middle school ball. I started being kind of like timid, a little gun shy. And I think it was probably because of this. Kid was throwing again, it's my first year moving up against bigger kids. threw it at my head unintentionally, and I, for whatever reason, we practiced turning this way, turning away from it, right, take it in the back. For whatever reason, I turned this way, like into it, and tried to get out of it. So I'm right-handed, and my right eye, it shattered my orbital bone right here. I had to get surgery, and I still have double vision when I look up. One time in high school, it wasn't me, but coach was hitting pop flies to the outfield, and I don't even know. He was like the high school drug dealer. His name was Nick. The coach shouts moonball because he hit it so high, and the kid just completely lost it and came down, hit him right in the face. He had to go to the hospital. That was pretty cool. So yeah, how many times does Judge get walked today? Like, the Rockies aren't going to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's not like they're trying to make the playoffs. So like, I don't think they're gonna. I don't know. Kyle Freeland's still kind of young. I could see him trying to pitch to him. I don't know. I'm an idiot. Anyway, Astros, Orioles. I don't have a bet in this game. Yainer Diaz might be back. If this was in Houston instead of in Baltimore, I would have bet on Yainer Diaz. I almost did it, and then I remembered it was in Baltimore, and you don't really bet righties in Baltimore because that left field fence is absurd. But Yainer Diaz, I think, is back. Bregman was also interesting. Colton Cowser and Gunnar Henderson, both interesting on the Orioles side of things, but I do not have a bet in this game. What about you?
No. Remember that Rocky start that Hunter Brown had? I mean, he really turned that whole season around. He's this game screams like 4-2, especially the Orioles. They've been struggling pretty bad. Colton Cowser is the only one that's really the exit velo is just consistently good for like the last 10 days. Even Santander, as good as he's been for the last month or so, he's had some inconsistencies with barreling the baseball. Gunnar Henderson he's at a point now where you're starting to get like more fair odds for him, but I just never been a Gunnar Henderson guy because when everybody was betting him, he was like plus 230, and then people lost a fortune on him after the All-Star break, and then now people stop betting him, and he's back up to like what, plus 450-ish range.
Yep.
Mostly every day, but I don't know. I think home run odds in general this season have been an absolute joke for the baseballs that we got. So.
Yeah, Santander is also more interesting this season, at least against lefties for me. Slugging 527 against lefties. It only drops to 523 against righties, but he's close to that 10% range in terms of home runs and divided by at bats against lefties. 11 home runs, 129 at bats against lefties, and only 26 and 344 against righties. So I really key in on Santander against lefties. Yeah,
what's going on here with the juice? Is he like on a delay for about 15 minutes?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think if I had to pick one book for home runs this season, I think it has been MGM. It really annoys me that like last 2 years, I think Bet365 has been far and away the best odds for home runs, and this season they expand to Indiana and Arizona, and then like they're just trash for home run odds. I was really disappointed in that this season. But yeah, MGM across the board. I think if I had to pick one book to use for home runs, it would be MGM.
So someone do me a favor. I don't think this guy knows that he's way back into the stream, because I do this sometimes when I watch a live stream on YouTube. Sometimes I don't realize I'm behind by like 5 minutes, but it's showing up. The live chat still shows up. Someone tell the Juice to hit the live and just catch up to the rest of the show.
Juice, fast forward. Tony, you might want to I don't know if you care about having your first and last name out there, but I was about to call out a little bit who you are. Bummer Henderson.
Me?
That's what. No. Tony Gibbs is one of my best friends in the whole world. He also is on Twitter Space a little bit and kind of active in our Discord. I'm not going to throw out what his name actually is.
Well, you already. Didn't you just say that your resident drug dealer from your high school was Tony?
No, I said his name was Nick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the next game?
The Angels and the Blue Jays. Ernie Clement. Interesting here, but nah, I'm just out. Jack Kokonowski is pitching for the Angels. Chris Bassett for the Blue Jays. I'm out.
The Cockman's on the mound. This guy stinks.
He's bad.
I mean, that's his name.
Yeah.
he small sample size, but this guy's been absolutely horrendous. Versus lefties, versus righties, doesn't even matter. I have so what I'm doing here. So obviously we have a same game parlay boost, but you can manipulate it a little bit. You can take 2 legs from one game, make it into a little mini same game parlay, and then add 1 or 2 legs from different games. So that's what I did to get the same game parlay boost.
You are on Alvarez scratch. We don't bet on him, but we're throwing out. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyways, no problem. Could have waited another minute. No problem. Looking at the exit velo. All right. Obviously, if Vladdy was playing, he would be a target here because the reverse splits, righty. This guy is absolutely terrible. George Springer is also a reverse split guy, right? Leading off this game, he's been hitting the piss out of the baseball the last, 10 games. Another guy that's been hitting the baseball really hard is Horowitz. So we have Spencer Horowitz batting third. We have George Springer batting first. And when I like to do with these run RBI things, I like to have a little gap in between them, right? Because when you have, you can have a guy hit a base hit and then get moved to third with a sac fly or something like that, and all of a sudden he's in scoring position for the guy after that. I don't really like stacking run RBIs right back to back in the order. So for the first part, to get the same game parlay boost going, I did George Springer for a run, Spencer Horwitz for an RBI. Now I do have a 3-leg home run parlay, and I do have Spencer Horwitz to hit a home run. I think it was plus 750 I got, or 725. I can't remember. He was the long leg here. Wouldn't shock me if a guy like Will Wagner hits his first career home run, right? The guy obviously doesn't have a lot of power, but having the same odds as Spencer Horwitz, who has proven power in the major leagues, who's been hitting the absolute piss out of the baseball. I think he has 2 home runs in his last 3 games or something like that. Actually 4 extra base hits in his last 3 games, including 2 home runs. So I just don't find the math. The math isn't mathing there, so I'm going to take Horowitz with the long odds.
Okay. Yeah. Ernie Clement, again, I wrote him down yesterday. I don't know if I actually wrote him down, but he was jumping out to me, and I was like, there's no way I can bet Ernie Clement and be serious about it. And then, of course, he hits one out. So he'll probably hit one out again. There's someone to bet Rendon home run. I'm out on that. Wagner's close. Start elevate. Yeah, maybe. It's wild that Eli had all his home run knowledge and I produced the show as other people talked about home runs. I appreciate it. I don't think that ever happened. So the way the timing worked out, I started producing for Gold Boys like right at the very end of baseball season 2 years ago. Produced for a while. I'll be honest, I only started producing them because I wanted to eventually work my way into doing this because I knew this is what I wanted to do. Actually, fun fact, the UFC show with Richie kind of started up as like an opening, as like an area where they needed. And I had followed the UFC, and I still follow UFC really closely, and like I feel like I'm pretty good at betting UFC. To be really good at it, I think you have to have like more technical knowledge to be able to break down film. I literally was about to sign up for like jiu-jitsu and kickboxing like intro classes to try to like be better at that, try to get my foot in the door a little bit more. But I appreciate the love. Hit the live. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. If you guys are just seeing this and you feel like you're maybe like delayed and chat is in front of you, you might be like scroll and hit the live button to bring you all the way up to live. Horowitz can go yard too. La Profito. Corbin Carroll, your boy Eli going yard. I think he is. That's the next game. Diamondbacks, Red Sox, Ryan Nelson, Brian Bayo. I'll just come right out with it. I was back and forth between Carroll and Devers all day. I do think there's a slightly higher chance that Devers hits one out tonight against Ryan Nelson, who's not great. Brian Bayo has been pretty solid as a second, third, and the rotation guy. Corbin Carroll, I think, is potentially all the way back. He's also doing this. Doesn't actually matter, but I know you care about the stuff like this, Jerry. He's doing this every other thing since the last 6 games. So 16 home run, 17 no home run, 18 home run. Next game, no home run. Next game, home run. Last game, no home run. So I bet on Corbin Carroll at a really big plus 750 number, I think. 725 or something like that. anytime the bat makes contact with a baseball for Corbin Carroll right now, it's going really hard. For the last 5 baseballs, 108, 102, 101, 107, 78.5. Only one of those was a home run. Fly ball rate is also way up for Corbin Carroll in the last 5 days, 33%. This is a guy I feel like usually hovers in the 15 to 20 range. More of a get on base line drive hitter. He's lifting the ball a little bit extra. That pesky pull is not very far away in Fenway. Brian Bayo, been a little bit susceptible to home runs. You know, he's been good for one. He's been good for one. The Red Sox bullpen is, I guess, okay, but give me Corbin Carroll at a really big plus 725 number. I wouldn't be mad about a Rafael Devers number either. Somebody mentioned Rafaela as well. I think that's a solid bet also. Nobody else really. Jock Peterson actually interested me a little bit from the Diamondbacks, as did again Devers and Rafaela on the Red Sox side, but I went with plus 725 Corbin Carroll, and I love the number. I love the bet here. What do you think, bud?
Okay, well, you did the right thing. You took a lefty. You took a Diamondback, but you took the big number instead of the more logical play.
Yep.
It was Jock. It's Jock Peterson. It's 6-game hit streak. This is what I really like about this 6-game hit streak, right? Not only does he have a 6-game hit streak, he has a 6-game walk streak. Ooh. That means he's selecting his pitches. He is dialed in at the plate. And for a streaky guy like Jock, this is when you want to get him. 3 of the last 5 baseballs put in play, 100-mile-an-hour exit velo, including 2 baseballs, I think were 108 plus. He is on the verge of a power surge. And I don't care. The price is plus 425 on MGM. I think it's better line on FanDuel, plus 480 or something like that. But for the parlay that I did, I'm getting a better line on the other 2 guys. So I took Jock at plus 425 on MGM.
Not a bad bet, truly. Yeah, and there was a 109 grounder a couple of days ago. Contact rate has kind of been the issue for Jock. I feel like he's either striking out or he's hitting the ball really hard. Brian Bayo, he's kind of an average strikeout guy. But yeah, it would not surprise me at all. Honestly, if 3 of the 4 of Corbin Carroll, Jock Peterson, Rafael Devers, and Ceddanne Rafaela all hit one out today. I'm starting to lose the voice. I'm be honest with you guys. You guys don't know this. Probably like 75-80% of the talking that I do is on this show. Like outside of the show, I don't really talk a whole lot. And yeah, I've been sick.
You're not allowed to talk.
Been doing this. And the voice is starting to go a little bit. So I'm gonna power through. We're gonna get there. Kyle Hendricks and the Cubs, Max Meyer and the Marlins. I have a bet here. Ian Happ was very interesting to me today. I did not actually bet it. I don't think Max Meyer is good. Kyle Hendricks, I think I enjoy him as a player, as a guy. He was a big part of that World Series run. But I don't think he's good at all. I do have a bet here, but I'll let you go first if you had anything.
You go first.
Jesus Sanchez, potentially.
Fuck.
Yep. Listen, this is a guy. Siri, can you stop? Siri just Googled on my watch Jesus Sanchez. Like, I know who he is. Come on, Mom. I need a beer. Yeah, right. This is a guy that I'm, for whatever reason, really good at betting on. I haven't bet him in a while. I missed that little spurt he had at the beginning of August. I think tonight's the night. For Jesus Sanchez. Again, Kyle Hendricks is bad now. He's making his money, whatever, all the power to him. He should probably retire at any time, and nobody's going to be mad at him. He's got a World Series ring, brought one to Chicago for the first time since the GOAT thing. Jesus Sanchez, let's look at the last 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was that 5 or 6 baseballs he's hit? 110, 109, 108, 108 with an 89.5 line drive in there as well. The fly ball rate is a little concerning, but this guy hits line drives out as well. And when I look at his log, like, he doesn't hit a ton of fly balls. He just doesn't. But almost every time he hits a fly ball, it goes 106, 116 plus, and it pretty much goes out. I think we're on the cusp of let's bet Jesus Sanchez every day for the next few days and see what happens. And it's also a very big number as well. As Easton have it up, yeah, plus 500. I've said this before. When he's dialed in and seeing the ball like I think he's seeing the ball right now, he's a plus 300 guy. So again, plus EV with home runs doesn't exist, but give me Jesus Sanchez a plus 500 tonight against a bad Kyle Hendricks, and kind of the stud of this lineup now with no Jazz Chisholm and no Brian De La Cruz. Who else they got? Yeah, I like it. You're betting him as well, sounds like.
That's my third leg. Nickname in high school.
Yep.
I guess we could. Is your brother awake? Can he show the parlay, the home run parlay? He's also my 2 base pick. So I actually have the home run parlay, $10 to win like 3,700 with the boost. It's pretty insane. I'm not gonna round robin. I've wasted too much money on round robins this season. I'm just gonna sweat out an even $10. And then you have the same game parlay plus. I added Jock Peterson and Jesus Sanchez for 2 bases. I think this is a great parlay for the odds. Plus 1,300. I really like that run RBI combo. I think George Springer finds a way to get on base. Like I said, the reverse splits. Horowitz can easily bring him home. Don't like Dalton Varsho in between them. He's literally a reverse split guy. He prefers lefties, especially for contact. He's hitting over 300 versus lefties, like 190 versus righties, which is pretty wild for a left-handed hitter. Also, it's just I also took. So this is pretty stupid. This is obnoxious, but I like to make believe I'm gonna get rich, right? I like to make believe I'm gonna hit something crazy, and I just want to throw something in there just to feel like I could do it, right?
Sure.
I'm never going to hit a 2 home run parlay, but I did it anyway. So I put the same guys, I put them on FanDuel for 2 home runs in a round robin. It's insane. If I ever hit one of these, it's like, you're never going to hear from me again. If these 3 legs hit, I think it's like $1.50 for $1 million, something like that. Something ridiculous. But obviously the baseballs are pretty dead right now. I don't know if it's the hitter. Did they change the baseballs, or are the hitters just like in a weird phase? I really have no idea. What do you think?
They didn't change. I don't think. I think we're committed to these baseballs for the year. I don't think they changed the baseballs. I do think typically like around this time of the year is when I kind of chill out a little bit, because usually around now the hitters start to I don't know if it's like getting ready for postseason or just like the long MLB grind. It will take a toll on you. But it seems like around now is when offense kind of chills out a little bit. Maybe it's just the opposite this year for whatever reason. But this is but between now and the start of the playoffs is usually just kind of a weird baseball time. Maybe we're going to get an uptick in offense though. Although strikeouts have seemed like popping off a little bit too last week.
I mean, you're looking at some bad pitching matchups. Like you look at Patrick Corbin goes for a gem. You look at who was the other guy yesterday? That was Michaelis just throws a gem. Like these guys are all like guys. You look at the slate and you're like, oh shit, it's Patrick Corbin. Oh shit, this guy's on the mound, and they're throwing 5-6 innings of 3-hit baseball. Yesterday was a disaster. It was 4 shutouts yesterday, and like 5 other teams scored 2 runs or less. It was pretty insane. It's the dog days of August too. You got to think about it. It's these guys are playing 162 games. This is kind of like a weird period where they're not really like fighting for their playoff lives yet. I think we start to see that, in early September. But this is definitely just a weird phase for baseball.
Yep. We do have quite a few games to get through, and games start in like half an hour, I think. So let's talk about the Rangers, Guardians. I don't have anything here, but Nathan Eovaldi, Tanner Bibby, I don't actually know. I don't care that much. Adolis Garcia I did have written down again. That's it, kind of. Anything in this game?
Nothing.
Cool. Mackenzie Gordon, Nationals, Chris Sale, and the Braves. I don't have anything in this game. What's his name for the Nationals is making his debut Monday. What's that guy's name? You know what I'm talking about?
No, who are you talking about?
What the hell is his name? Joe Montgomery moved to the bullpen, apparently. That's interesting. Come on. What, huh? Dylan Cruz. Yeah, that sounds right. For the Nationals, a lot of people think this kid can hit. He is debuting Monday against the Yankees. So look out for him. He's in the national system. He's going to DH tonight, travel to, I guess, the Bronx tomorrow, and we're going to see him against the Yankees Monday night for the Nationals. So just something to keep an eye on. I think he can hit. Watched a couple, did a little bit of digging on him because I thought he was going to start tonight. When I saw the thing, I was like, oh, why are you telling me he's going to start Monday? Like, come on. But yeah, Dylan Cruz for the Nationals is going to be interesting to keep an eye on. I'm probably going to bet him Monday just because you only have one opportunity to hit a home run in your first MLB at bat. But yeah, nothing for me in this game. Anything for you? Nationals, Braves?
I don't have anything, but it would have been pretty easy calls, like go with Matt Olson, right? I mean, reverse split pitcher on the mound, pretty staggering reverse splits. I mean, we've been talking about this all year. This is not a new thing. His lefty versus lefty splits I think lefties are batting 311 off him. And then Matt Olson on the other side has been showing reverse splits this season. He's hitting, I mean, he's been struggling all year, but he's hitting like 260 compared to like 211 versus righties, versus lefties. So just the basic math right there, I would probably end up going Matt Olson for like 2 bases, or maybe an RBI. You know.
All right. Tigers, White Sox, Cater Montero, Chris Flexen. I don't have a bet here. I was pretty close on betting on Trey Sweeney today. I think he's only played in 3 games. Going to play his 4th game. Long time Yankees prospect. He was really highly thought of in the Yankee system. I actually don't know how he ended up on the Tigers. Maybe Easton knows. But Jack Flaherty. Okay, that makes sense. I've kind of always thought that Trey Sweeney could hit. I thought there were times that I thought he was maybe the best offensive shortstop in the Yankees organization, better than Volpe and better than Peraza. And he comes up and he's got 2 hits and he's got a home run in his first 3 games. He's also been hitting the hell out of the baseball. He's only made kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 baseballs, and 4 of them have been 100+ miles an hour. So he looks really good. Chris Flexen is bad. I don't know what the number is on Trey Sweeney. He's batting 9th, which I don't love. But Trey Sweeney would be an interesting look here for me. Do you have any in this game? Probably not. Yeah.
No, I just, for shits and giggles, I looked at Lou Bob's like exit velo. Holy shit, what a mess!
He's struggling.
It's like
Trey Sweeney. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Trey Sweeney, the best number. What do you think the best number for Trey Sweeney is? Playing his 4th MLB game. He has 1 MLB home run. What do you think the odds for Trey Sweeney?
I'm gonna play into the game and say, if I was just blindly without your reaction, I would probably say like plus 750.
On FanDuel, he's plus 440. MGM, the best number, 525. Never mind. Don't touch Trey Sweeney at that number. I thought he was going to be plus 800, even higher, like at the lowest. I'm not touching him at plus 525 even. But still, interesting bet.
You got to go with your gut, though. If you think there's a good shot this guy could go yard, the number can't really scare you away. The books are just in cahoots right now. They think the same thing you do, right? So I wouldn't just like back off of it because it's bad odds. If the best number you can get is the best number, you still have to go with the play that you liked.
True. That number is ass though, and I'm out. Taijuan Walker and the Phillies, Michael Wacha and the Royals. Phillies kind of falling apart at the seams here. Royals are being the Royals. I looked pretty hard at Bobby Witt today. Didn't pull the trigger. I do think there's a solid chance Bobby Witt hits one out tonight. Taijuan Walker, 2.1 home runs per 9 innings on the season. That is a lot. That's a lot. Like 1.2, 1.3 is kind of the average. 1.5 is kind of where I really start looking at, okay, let's try to target this guy. 2.1 is kind of crazy. I don't love the ballpark, but if I had to bet here, Bobby Witt would probably be it. Michael Massey is also interesting. Probably a bigger number, but I do not have a bet in this game. What do you think?
No. Do you think there's a chance that Bobby Witt Jr. could win MVP over Aaron Judge this season?
You're trying to get me going, aren't you? You're just trying. It's not close, dude. Aaron Judge is having a top 10. Aaron Judge is having literally a top 10 season of all time offensively. Bobby Witt Jr., no disrespect. I think he is an elite a baseball player. I think he's going to be for the next 10 years, we're going to be talking about him as probably a top 5 player in baseball. The MVP race is over, and it's not close, guys. Nope.
How much do you value WAR? Do you understand that Bobby Wood Jr. can still pass Aaron Judge in WAR this season, right?
So which WAR?
Traditional WAR,
That's
not
not a
F
thing.
WAR.
F WAR or B WAR?
F WAR.
So yeah, I mean it does matter, right? And the let me back up a little bit. There's FanDuel wins above or not FanDuel. FanGraphs wins above replacement. There's also baseball. I think it's Baseball Reference wins above replacement. I think the FanGraphs one is a little bit better. I don't look at WAR a whole lot because it doesn't really matter for gambling purposes. I know there is a chance Bobby Wood Jr. can pass Aaron Judge in. I think it's in the F WAR. I think B WAR maybe Judge is still leading. But here's my thing. The Yankees are going to make the playoffs, and without Aaron Judge on the team, they're not making the playoffs. The Royals aren't going to make the playoffs. And also, literally every single offensive stat except for batting average, like probably the worst offensive stat you can have, Aaron Judge is kind of destroying Bobby Wood Jr. And it's really D-WAR. Does D-WAR exist, Vinny? Disrespecting Bobby Dubs. I'm not trying
It's
to sound
closer
like
than
that.
you think. It's not a complete runaway.
It's
not
a complete runaway.
It's not over.
It is.
Aaron Judge goes onto a slump right now, which we know he can go on a slump for 2-3 weeks. It's not very common, but he can. And Bobby Wood Jr. is the beacon of consistency for greatness overall. Just saying.
Defense
Anyways,
in baseball.
we got limited time left. We got like 20 minutes.
Defense for an outfielder, I don't care.
You're
You know
muted,
what I mean?
you idiot.
Huh? What'd you say?
You know you're muted?
I'm not muted.
Why were you moving your mouth?
I was maybe I was thinking.
You were thinking with your mouth?
Maybe.
That can get you in a lot of trouble.
It's guys, the juice. I see what you're saying. The MVP race is not close, and maybe if Aaron Judge doesn't hit a home run between now and the end of the baseball season, maybe it'd be a conversation, but it's not. The Royals are going to make the playoffs. Huh? I'm an idiot.
This is going to be Altuve over Judge all over again. I'm just letting you know. We'll talk about this in October.
If Bobby Wood Jr. if the numbers kind of stay where they are now and Bobby Wood Jr. wins the MVP over Aaron Judge, I will be furious. Okay. I think that will be a robbery wild card. I guess the Royals are technically in a wild card spot right now. It looks like the Red Sox really kind of fell off there. MVP race is not based on listen, Juice, I understand what you're saying. And I'm really trying not to just be the Yankees fan guy here. But look at any offensive stat except for batting average, and they're not close. And Aaron Judge is having a top 10 of all time, top 10 season of all time offensively. Of all time. They've been playing baseball since like the 1800s, man. It's not a thing. We talked about this game. Let's talk about the Cardinals and the Twins. Andre Payante, David Festa. No bet for me here, and nothing really even seemed interesting. Wallner maybe a little bit.
Nothing.
Put Judge on the Royals, and they're probably not in contention. Okay, bud.
He's right. You make him hit in Kansas City for half the season. Guarantee those numbers go down.
No. Yes. Kansas City. No, listen. Okay, you guys are gonna really piss me off here. Jerry knows it's usually flipped. Jerry knows exactly what he's doing. Kansas City and Yankee Stadium, Kauffman Stadium and Yankee Stadium for right-handed hitters. I think it's actually edge Kansas City. I think Aaron Judge would have more home runs playing half his games in Kansas City than he would in Yankee Stadium. But whatever.
People just hate the Yankees, and it's cool. Let me tell you something. I don't just hate the Yankees. I hate the Yankees more than the Taliban. So, I don't know. That's my opinion, and I'm sure there's other people out there that agree with me. Terrible
Judge leads the
organization.
MLB in offensive stats, but better. Yeah, and most of those stats, it's not close. Ohtani is the NL MVP. I haven't thought about the National League MVP. Is it Ohtani?
Ohtani's not winning the MVP. Absolutely not.
Who's the front runner right now?
Have we ever had a DH MVP?
I don't know. Easton could probably look that up for us.
I don't even think it's feasible. I don't even think it's no, absolutely not.
Who told the Royals to build 6 football? So yeah, the Royals Stadium is a little down for home runs. It's not as bad as we make it out to be a lot of times, but it's actually a plus hitters ballpark, I think. Like top 10 for overall offense. Let me just check because I'm really interested now. Who is why does Ohtani have his own category on FanDuel? That's funny. Awards. Wow, Ohtani, dude. What do you think the odds are for Ohtani to win an MVP, Jerry?
-1,000.
-950. Lindor is next at +4. I think Lindor can make that a little bit closer of a race. +450 for Lindor is a little bit. I don't really bet futures. But
I thought, yeah, Lindor's having a great season. There's been way too many injuries to key players this year to like. I don't know. It just feels so weird giving an MVP to a DH. Just doesn't make sense.
Savant says Judge would have 9 less homers in Kansas. Are you looking at full season? Or if you replace his home games with Kansas City? Because I think he has more away home runs than home, so that wouldn't really jive. But yes, whoever was talking about defense earlier, like a DH is going to win the MVP in the National League. So let's stop talking about defense. Lindor has had a hell of a season though, and should get his respect. Let's talk about. I guess we're probably not going to talk about this game. Aaron Savali and the Brewers in Oakland. JP Sears and the Athletics probably just out for you. Yeah,
it's Oakland. It's a joke.
Wind is blowing out there. But yeah, nothing for me. Paul Blackburn and the Mets. Joe Musgrove and the Padres. I do have a bet here. Do you?
I don't, but I'm intrigued. I'm listening.
Jackson Merrill's really good at baseball. He's really good. Paul Blackburn, not that good. I was between Lindor and I wanted to bet this game, even though the San Diego ballpark isn't that good. It's kind of not that great of a pitching matchup. Musgrove has been all right, but he's been giving up some home runs on the season. I guess he doesn't have a ton of starts, but last 3 starts without a home run after giving up 1+ in every start except for 1 this season. So I think he's due to give up a couple here. I do like Lindor. I also like Vientos. But I just like the number for Jackson Merrill +500, +600. I mean, this kid is making Rookie of the Year really interesting in the National League. Kind of out of nowhere the last month. Can really plays electric defense. If you haven't watched much Padres baseball, because why would you? Jackson Merrill is really fun to watch. He's really exciting. He's also really good. Kid can absolutely hit the baseball. And yeah, I can run you guys know the numbers I kind of look at. He's got 200-mile-an-hour fly balls in the last 3 games. Only 2 other people on the Padres have 1. Hits a lot of fly balls, hits a lot of 100+ baseballs, and give me him to hit one out at +600. That's a crazy number.
I wonder if Pete Alonso still hates the Padre fans hate Pete Alonso. This is going back to, I think it was going back to his rookie season. To this day, I hate the Padres and I hate their fans because we on social media had a nasty fight with the Padre fans because Chris Paddock had a hissy fit that he didn't win Rookie of the Month over Pete Alonso. Like, he threw a tantrum about it. He thought he deserved it. And the Padre fans backed him up. Not a lot of people probably remember it. It was brief, but they had a nasty rivalry for that season. And obviously Paddock, I think he struck out Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso is just mentally checked out. He's I don't want to say soft mentally, but he gets checked out easily. And that whole rivalry completely messed him up. But then he started hitting the piss out of the Padres after that. I don't know if he still has any bad feelings. I don't know if the Padre fans still hate him, but I don't know. It's just interesting.
Judge might be the greatest we've ever seen, chat. Good grip. Listen, hopefully you guys were here when I talked a lot of trash about the Yankees. I'm a Yankees fan, yes. I am an extremely negative fan, like in general, right? Like right now, I think there's like two good players in the Yankees, and that's Watson and Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is, I'm not actually sure how close it is. The best, I guess, him and Pujols is close. The best non-steroid era hitter we've ever seen, and the only person that's in the conversation is Albert Pujols, and that's that. But yeah, I like Jackson Merrill here. Is that all 4 of those legs, Easton? Yeah, you can go ahead and pull that up if you want. I'll run back because I know we've got games starting here pretty shortly. We've only got two games left to talk about, but I do have a 4-leg parlay in to win. I did also round robin this one by 3, $10 to win. I was gonna just throw $5 on this because I also round robin it, but I had a $10 bonus bet, 10 to win. 11 grand. Giancarlo Stanton plus 240, Corbin Carroll plus 725, Jesus Sanchez plus 500, Jackson Merrill plus 600. If this hits, I can't wait to have the green ticket because nobody else is really betting this level of non-chalk altogether on one ticket. That's why I haven't done it yet. It might make sense to round robin this one by 2 as well, just because everybody outside of Giancarlo is such a big number. I think I might actually do that too because I feel pretty solid about all 4 of these guys tonight. And yeah, we're in. That's it. And then I also, just to recap my bets, I guess, I did play Aaron Judge with the boost on DraftKings and the boost on MGM. Just maxed out. I got $10 on MGM, boosted up to plus 335, and then I got $10. Sorry, that was on DraftKings. $10 on DraftKings, boosted up to 335. $20 on MGM, boosted up to plus 232. I think anytime you can get Aaron Judge to hit a home run above plus 200 right now, I'm just going to pull the trigger and kind of max it out, especially if it's a boost.
I'm going to do a quick recap, too, because there's no games left, is there?
We got the Giants, the Mariners, and then we got the Rays, Dodgers.
I don't have bets in those games. I'm just going to pull up my bets because it's 10 minutes until the start time.
Do it.
Easton, if you want to just pull them up. I did my same game parlay boost. If you don't know this yet, you do have a same game parlay boost, but you can manipulate it a little bit and take 2 legs from one and just add on from other legs. Still get the boost. I took George Springer to record a run and Spencer Horwitz to get an RBI. And then I went with Jock Peterson, 2 bases, Jesus Sanchez, 2 bases. 3 of these guys are obviously the home run picks. I'm not round robining the standard home runs. Just it can be a real money pit as I've seen for the last 2 weeks. So I'm just betting 3 legs, Horwitz, Jock Peterson, and Jesus Sanchez on MGM, getting really crazy odds, $10 to win like 3,700. They also have a boost on there, and then just to have a dream of winning $1 million. It's kind of stupid, but I did take all 3 of these guys to hit 2 home runs, and it's like I think it was like $1.50 or something to win $1 million, something ridiculous. And I did sprinkle on a round robin for. If 2 of these guys happen to hit 2 home runs today, which is very possible, you never know, I'm rich. So those are my picks today. I'm obviously not betting a whole lot. MLB has been nuts this last month. It's dog days of August. A lot of things don't make sense. A lot of low run games. Just not a lot of fun to bet on offense.
Yeah. Neither one of us have any bets for these last. I wanted to come back to what you said about the FanDuel same game parlay boost. Yes, you can gamify those a little bit, or you can mess with them. You can just throw in 1 leg from a game and then throw like a pretty juiced leg in there too. So like take like a minus 200 alt strikeout line or something like that. Just throw it in there.
My favorite thing is to like what you said, like to do that is, let's say you like the Dodgers to score, you like a guy to get an RBI on the Dodgers. You can take, depending on actually, that's a bad example. I wouldn't use the Dodgers. Their run line is typically pretty high. So any team, you can take like over 1.5 total runs or something like that, real low, and then just add that to your parlay. If they're going to get shut out, you're probably fucked anyway with your bet. So that's how I like to do it.
If you're doing an RBI, you could also do hit and only lose a little bit. Obviously, you can get an RBI with a sac fly or a walk or something like that. But yeah, there's a lot of ways you can do that. If FanDuel wants you to use it on a stupid same game parlay, I think if you look at the actual revenue, like the majority of FanDuel's profits come from same game parlays. So that's why you get same SGP boosts all the time, because those are harder to hit. But yeah, you can mess with those a little bit. But yeah, let's talk about just real quick. I don't really have anything to even say about the Giants Mariners. It's Hayden Birdsong. It's Luis Castillo. I guess maybe a Cal Raleigh, but I like that's just pure chalk. That nothing really interesting to me in this game, like at all. I did look at Helio Ramos until I realized it's not a lefty for the Mariners. It's Luis Castillo, who's pretty good. So I'm just out on this game. I'm guessing you don't have any thoughts. I'm not going to ask you. You probably get
Well,
mad at
Luis
Gene.
Castillo at home is a different animal. You
Yeah.
do not want to bet offense against Luis Castillo. When he's on the road, it's a different story. You could target him. He's literally almost like Jacqueline Hyde. He's not horrendous on the road, but he is when he's home, he's locked in. So I just like to stay away from offense betting against him.
Tyler Alexander and the Rays, Bobby Miller and the Dodgers. I didn't do it tonight because it's lefty. Gavin Lux is just a power hitter now, guys. It's kind of crazy to see, and we're still getting plus 700-800 for him. So like when he's kind of doing what he's doing at the plate right now, and there's like an average to below righty that he's facing as a starter, I'm gonna be betting a lot of Gavin Lux coming home. That's never a sentence I thought I'd hear myself saying, but yeah, nothing for me in this game. Do I think Judge breaks his own record? I wouldn't bet on it if we were given lines for it. I also don't really care, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think he's going to have a better offensive season than that year, which is crazy. But yeah, we've already recapped. Talked about all the baseball games. There is a UFC card tomorrow. I am boycotting Apex cards, so I'm not going to give a whole lot of time to it. I might bet the main/co-main, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I did see that like 90% of the money is on Tabitha Ricci to beat. Oh my God, Angela Hill.
Brain fart.
Yeah, I'm pretty high on Tabitha Ricci. I think she's good. But 90% of the money makes me just want to auto bet Angela Hill because I'm a huge Angela Hill fan and she's has a lot of skills. But that's all my thoughts for UFC. It's at the Apex, so cancel your ESPN Plus if you want to protest. Anything else we should talk about before we get out of here? We've been going for over an hour actually, which is kind of weird for us.
You think this is Bobby Miller's last shot? He's been
bad.
Awful this season, and this kid showed so much upside. Not a ton of starts yet for him. Yeah, but every start has been tragic, except for I think his first start of the season where he had like 11 strikeouts or one. He also hasn't gotten a fair shot at home. His home numbers, it's like 11 innings pitching at home, and he has like a sub-2 ERA, and then 22 innings on the road, and he has an 11 ERA or something ridiculous. So I think this is probably going to be his last shot to like show them, if you don't get it done here, we got to send you down. This is literally no point. He's not pitching at a major league level.
They just I think that probably happens already. That like their starting pitching depth still with all the money that they spent just isn't great. When's the one guy? Is the one guy going to be back for playoffs? The
Yamamoto, yeah. He's pitching simulated games right now. So then he's going to do his rehab. It's going to be a little while, but it looks like it.
Steven Kwan is a sneaky pick. Steven Kwan is not really a guy that I ever bet on because his numbers don't ever show up, and then he doesn't ever show up in the numbers that I look for in terms of exit velocity, like consistently showing these things, hitting fly balls, hitting the ball super hard. He's a really, really good hitter, but like it's just it's not a guy that I really ever look at unless he kind of changes his approach a little bit. So I can't give really a look there, but that's the show. I'm really hungry. I made some really, really good chicken and noodles before the show. Haven't eaten them yet, so I'm gonna go do that. Any closing thoughts from you, buddy?
I'm glad you finally manned up and did a show. I can't believe you're crying for like 2 weeks over a cold, but welcome back.
I will point out that you were gonna do 2 shows, either solo / with a guest, and you also backed out of doing those. So it wasn't just the whole 100% on me thing. But
what do you want me to do?
I understand the criticism. You
want me to sit here and just look at chat the whole time? Like,
what do you think I do when you just don't show up sometimes?
You know how to do it. You know how to engage. First of all, I'm blind. I have to go like this to see chat. It's bad. So I'm gonna be sitting like this the whole time, like, oh, you like that guy? Oh, okay. I think your pick sucks. And then I'm just gonna get irritated and I'm gonna start yelling at chat.
All right. We're probably gonna have. Well, we haven't talked about this at all. We're probably gonna have a schedule change when football starts here in a couple weeks. I don't know. I was kind of feeling like a Saturday night. Like I feel like that might be the move for instance.
What if I get a girlfriend?
Yeah, okay, come on. We did Sunday We did Sunday. You would prefer Sunday morning to Saturday night? Like I was thinking like after my 8-9 p.m. I thought that's your kind of your that's your time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Instead of
maybe I'll meet somebody and I want to go out on a Saturday night.
Okay, well, we'll throw in the caveat that if that happens, we can readjust. But like, and also,
What if
again,
she
we
lets
can
me
talk-
take her home and I'm
we can
at her house the next morning?
Well, you won't show up to the show if that happens. But I don't know. That's just kind of the vibe I have right now. Would be cool. I think like a 9 o'clock on Saturday show instead of having people kind of try to wake up and then I gotta try to get out of here to get to the Colts game and everything. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we'll do Sunday morning again. Tuesday. I don't even know if a Tuesday show makes sense. We'll be live this Tuesday with the Dinger Tuesday promo going away on FanDuel. I don't know if a Tuesday show is really the move. I do like the Friday show. I don't know. We didn't talk about scheduling, guys. Let us know what you think if you're in the Discord. Tag us in there. We'll look at that first, and then we'll maybe talk on Twitter and stuff.
Jorge, why? You interested, Jorge? Huh? Jerk.
Have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you Tuesday at 5:30 on these channels. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate your time. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Haven't bugged you guys about that at all. Sorry we went a couple weeks without a show. It's my bad mostly. Be nice to each other. Good luck on your bets. We'll see you Tuesday. Thanks. Love you. Bye.